I have to tell you a story. When I was in high school, 15, 16, I was a wrestler, student athlete, and I was one of the hardest workers in the room. And we had this thing in our school called Student Athlete of the Month. And my coach, my wrestling coach, who is a gold medalist in wrestling, would choose the athlete of the month. And I had been working and grinding and going to every single practice, every morning practice, even summer camps. And I had never once been the student of the month. And I was like, the athlete of the month. And in my mind, I'm like, I am doing literally everything I need to do to become recognized for my hard work, but I'm not up there. And we were having a tournament in town, and I went and talked to my coach. It's like, hey, how come I've never been the student? How come I've never been that athlete of the month? And he says you haven't deserved it, and that's like a knife through the chest. Because I've thought I had. I'm working hard. I'm doing all the right stuff. But one of the most important things is who the message was coming from. This is someone that I respected. This is someone that has been in the game a long time, in the world, right? So I was listening to somebody that was worth a damn, right? And so that same weekend, we have a tournament called the Tournament of Champions. And in the middle of this, at the beginning, one of my other assistant wrestling coaches, who's like tons of gold medals as well, Ryan Lewis, he was like, listen, you got to learn how to shoot through people's hands. And so we did some drills before this. We did some drills, dun dun dun, and it shows me how to do it. And I get into the tournament. I end up losing in the second match by 1 point, and then I wrestle 4 or 5 matches all the way back to take third. Okay, I lost by 1 point, and I came all the way back and I took third. And the thing is the guy that beat me lost to the guy that I beat for third and fourth. Okay, so I beat the guy that beat the guy that beat me in the very last few seconds of the match, and I got it by 1 point. And after that, I got the student athlete of the month. Coach was super excited. He's like, one of the best tournaments I've ever seen you wrestle. You won, literally, you wrestled great, fantastic. You won for almost every single match you possibly could have. Now, the reason I say that is because the world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a bunch of undeserving people. And what I mean by that is most people are victims, like I was, when I was thinking, hey, coach, why don't you pick me to be awesome? I did all the work and you should just pick me, right? When you're around, there's a few important things here is that you have to deserve what you want, right? If you want a better relationship with your spouse, your brother, your sister, your friends, your business partner, you have to deserve it. You have to do things with those people or around those people in order to strengthen the relationship. If you want to lose weight, you're overweight and you need 60 pounds. Well, you have to deserve to lose 60 pounds. What does that entail? Well, you got to move. You got to start a structured workout program. You got to eat better. Okay. And then you'll deserve a better body. In business, if you want more money or your bank account is direct proportion of what you deserve. Like if you're working at McDonald's or Wendy's, you deserve that amount, right? A surgeon definitely deserves way more than someone working at McDonald's, right? How would you like to live in a place where the laws just don't apply, right? So you have someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he is working out 5 times a day, eating proteins and doing all the things that he needs to do, yet he stays fat. And then you have Kevin over here that eats a Big Mac and McDonald's 3 times a day, and he has a 6 pack. Would you want to live in a world where the laws of physics just don't apply? Like if we just got on a plane, and I want to know for a fact if I got on a plane that it's going to take off and get me to where I want to be, and it would be like, hey, just so you guys know, we're not sure if we're going to make it. This is going to be a total guess, and we're going to go for it. Make sure you're strapped in, the seatbelt buckle is on. Right? You want to live in a world where we know that if we do certain things, we get a certain result. The world is a much more fair place than the media and the people want to perceive it as. Even though the world is not fair, but it is more fair than people try to make it. Okay? To get what we want, we have to deserve what we want by doing the things we know we have to do to get what we want. Someone like Elon Musk, someone with billions of dollars, right? I know there's people out there like, oh, he's got too much money. You don't get there by accident. He deserves that. He spent 20 years just grinding and figuring out and studying, and then also now he works probably 12, 13-hour days working on multiple million dollar businesses. He deserves what he gets, and he also helps a lot of people. He helps a lot of people, more people than anybody that we know, right? And that's why he deserves what he has. Okay. Warren Buffett was actually in a school. Okay. Warren Buffett was in a school and he was doing a talk. And one of the kids was like, hey, Warren, how do we become successful like you? Warren, what do I got to do? And Warren answered with a question, just like all smart people do. He says, I want you to imagine everybody here in your class, in your school, and you get to pick one student. And that one student you pick, you get to earn 10% of everything that they have for the rest of their life. Who would you pick? How would you pick that person? So think about this. Take your time. Think back to your high school. Think about everybody in your class. Think about the person that is going to become the most successful at that time. It's really hard to tell. So what are you looking for? What are the traits? What are the things that we need to look for to see if someone's going to be successful? They did the same thing, the study of the daycare and kids at a daycare, asking the same thing. How can I tell if my kid is gifted before I realize they are? And the answer was interesting. It says, find the student who makes observations the other students don't. Okay. So who is more aware of their surroundings and the things that are going on in their life, right? Just around them. The people that are more aware are the first people, is the first sign of someone that has the potential to be successful. Now, there's lots of other things that happens in between that time frame, but the first one is awareness, because most people aren't aware. Just like I wasn't aware in becoming the student of the month. I thought I was doing everything right. I was like, hey, I'm freaking badass. I'm doing everything. I'm awesome. Give me praise. Okay. But then I had to listen to someone that was a little bit more aware. Okay. Someone that was worth a damn in that industry. And they were told me, no, dude, you're actually not there. And then after I put in the work and I got the result because I deserved it and I worked hard, it shifted my mindset to being like, wow, I was never even close before. I just thought I was. Okay. There's very important principles in place here. First of all, where are you getting our advice? Is it from somebody that's worth a damn? Is it from somebody that's in the industry? Is it someone that's literally doing the thing that need to do? Like, I didn't go to my principal or my mom and be like, hey, how come I'm not student of the month? This is what most people do. They go to everybody else besides the one person that can actually make a difference in the advice that they give. Because then you can't hide behind all your limiting beliefs and all your things that you think are happening to you. You have to actually get raw and real and understand, and have to be aware of what you're saying to yourself and how you are thinking. And the best way to do that is to be around people that are worth a damn, that are doing the thing, that are in the industry, that this is what they do. Okay. Then we have to be more aware of the things that are happening around us. Okay. Be aware that, hey, you know what? You don't have to go to a job if you don't want to anymore. There's kids making millions of dollars talking about toys on the internet. The thing that we have to do in 2022 and beyond is build an audience of people that listen to us and understand who we are and like and trust us. Because the bigger your audience is, the more money you can make for doing less, for making simple videos. But you have people that are very unaware and stuck in the path and like, oh, I gotta go work my whole life away and complain about all the bills that happen to pop up and not be able to take vacations and complain about how much food costs and gas costs and rent goes up. And then I do nothing to change it and go back to the work that I've been doing for 20 years. Is that aware? Does that sound aware to you? Like, did you know that there's 12-year-old kids making $1 million a year talking about toys on the internet? Doesn't that spark some curiosity? Like, what are they doing? How are they doing that? What other things can I do? Okay, because remember, the world is not yet a crazy enough place to deserve a bunch of undeserving people. Okay, so in order to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. Okay, this is my version of the 67 steps from Tai Lopez. Okay, this is day 1, and this is a lot of what he talks about inside his video training, because the mental capacity, our brain, sometimes or most of the time is just missing the right information, and you need to refresh it every single time. Okay, so here's a question I have for you to put in the comments down below. Okay, what is your plan to start deserving what you want from life? Okay, put it in the comments down below. Now, don't worry about the trolls. I will delete trolls if they show up. Okay, this channel is a place for us to grow and develop and make sure that we can get to where we want to be in life. Okay, so the question is, what is your plan to start deserving what you want from life? Go ahead and put in the comments, because when we actually take action and we make a plan on what we need to do, and type it in the comments down below, because it's going to sink. It's the one more step. Okay, write it in a journal if you don't feel like writing it online, but write it down, because this 67 steps for me is what shifted the way I thought about money, the way I thought about my health, and how I actually planned and developed over the last years, how we've been able to build the business that I have online. Okay, I'm going to be doing 67 steps for 67 days, doing my version of it. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for listening to this point. You can get the 67 steps from Tai Lopez just going down into the description. If it's not there, just put it in the comments and I'll make sure that I get it up for you. It's your boy Colton Havens, aka Mr. Hype, and I love you. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.